Alright, today as you can see I have two trees growing in a pot, right? They've been growing since they were very small, and I'm going to actually separate them, attempt to separate them, and repot the trees so they can grow on their own. Alright, and here I go, I'm about to get started. So I'm going to get started right here. First I'm going to attempt to pull this out of the pot right here and separate it. I know this is going to get messy. It's going to get really messy. I'm not sure if I'm ready for it, but I'm going to attempt it. So I'm going to kind of dig out the soil right here. Dig it out like the soil. So I'm going to take the soil, put some inside of this other pot that I have right here, and I'm just going to scoop away at it down in here to get the soil out, to expose some of the roots, because I know that they're intertwined, they're tangled up, and it's going to be kind of difficult to separate them. So I'm going to attempt to do this. Alright, so I got a lot of the soil out, so I'm just going to lift this up. It's going to get messy. Alright, so I lifted this up, and then I'm just going to scrape off some of the soil back into there. Alright, just kind of shake it off a little bit. I'm going to have to expose the roots because they're kind of packed down in here. This is going to be very difficult, but I'm going to attempt to do it. So I'm just going to shake a lot of this soil down in here. And it's going to shake off, and the roots are going to get exposed. As you can see right here, the roots are starting to get exposed. Just going to untangle it and just like really get the roots off. Alright. So look at that, the roots are starting to get exposed. Mess. I'm just going to shake some of this off right here, and it comes off, the roots get exposed, and I'll be able to see where I need to cut. Alright, this is almost like surgery, but surgery for plants. These plants have been growing together for quite a while, and I'm going to separate them. Just give them some room to grow. They almost molded in together, which is going to be very difficult. I hope neither one of the plants die, which they won't because I've separated plants before. Alright, just shake off this dust, and you see like a lot of the roots in there. You can either leave them or just discard them. I choose to leave them because the plant will just end up reabsorbing the roots like once they decay and rot. Some of the roots that got shaken off. And so see, this is, the roots are exposed right here, and I'm able to get a better look at where I need to cut, where the plants, you see how the plants right here, let me zoom up a little bit, hold on one second, you tilt up a little bit. Alright, you see this right here, the roots right here, I mean the two trees, this one tree, two tree, and then the roots are combined together. So this is a sticky situation, but I believe that I can do it. Once I get this exposed a little bit at the top, see they just pull apart just like this. They just pull apart. Really cool. So I'm just going to have a tie up here, tying them together. And it just came apart. Really easy. I'm lucky right here that it wasn't too bad. And I have both of these exposed right here. See that? That's one plant right here, and that's the other right here. Now I'm going to separate them, the plants, into their own pot. Alright, so I have the pot right here. I have the plants separated. And so what I'm going to do with this, I'm just going to take some soil from out of this, and I'm going to create a hole to place one of the trees in. Okay? So going to create a hole, separate this, create a hole, and I'm just going to place one of the plants in here, okay? Get the roots down in there, make it kind of deep because the roots are kind of long, so I'm just going to make an even bigger hole. Okay. Even bigger hole. And I'm just going to place the plant down in here. Just press it down in there. Make sure it's centered. Alright. And I'm just going to start to fill in some dirt in here. Alright, so let's take handfuls of dirt. Just place it on there. Now you may need something to hold it in place. If it's a heavy tilting plant on one side, you may need something to hold it in place. So I'm just going to take this and place soil all in here. Alright. Just get it nice and kind of pack it down if you want to, just to hold the plant in place until it starts to spread its wings or roots. Alright, so plant it in here, and later on I'm going to add topsoil in here after some of the soil sets into place, but I'm just going to wait because I think it'd be kind of a waste of time to add any more. So I'm going to have this right here, and I'm going to set this plant aside, and then I am going to start with my other root. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some soil, more soil from out of here, because I want to create a hole big enough for the other plant. So I'm just going to take some of this out. Alright. Take some of this out right here. Alright, let's take that. Alright, so that's enough soil, almost enough soil taken out of this one plant. Alright. Now I'm going to dig a hole for this second pot right here. So just dig a hole kind of deep. Alright, dig a hole like kind of deep right there. And then I'm going to take the other plant that I had and see it. It's going to need a lot more, so I'm going to take a little bit more soil out rather than doing the hole method. Alright, so I'm going to take the soil out like that. Alright. Alright, cool. So I'm going to take this, make a little hole. I'm going to do it with my hand a little bit. Take the plant. Place it in there like that. Try to center it a little bit. And then I'm going to just start to place soil on top. Just get some soil on top and get it into place. I'm going to pack it down just a little bit just to get it to hold into place. Make sure you're centered, or as much as you possibly can. Placing the dirt in there. Actually have some rocks and some soil that I have on the floor right here. I'm just going to take this and pack it all in. And I'm going to pack it down a little bit just so it holds into place. Alright, and I'm just going to gather some soil. Like that. And again, I'm just going to wait well, and I'm just going to keep on adding topsoil to the top to make sure it's good. Alright. And that's how you separate plants. Let me know if you have any questions on that. Went well. We'll go ahead and water them and fertilize them and get them to going. Thanks a lot for watching.